huge building and smacks the life out of Astro like he's Babe Ruth, sending him out of the park like it's a home run. Yes sir, I'm finally back to save the city, and today we're covering an extremely underrated film which honestly deserves more recognition in my opinion. And yes, Astro Boy did come out in 2009, but let me cook, this movie is still peak. So the movie rolls off with this robot getting absolutely boomed off of the screen. And this place that humans are living on right now is called Metro City, where futuristic robots take care of humans and do tasks for them. And bro, me personally, if I lived on a floating island, that would make me feel some type of way, because one wrong gravitational shift and you're at the next Michael Jackson concert. And the mastermind behind this creation is this dude named Dr. Tenma, who's the father of modern robotics, who's basically the LeBron James of this generation. But then suddenly the cameraman pans over to a classroom full of Gen Alpha students. Hey Toby, isn't that your dad? He sure is. So Mr. Clean right here gives the students a physics pop quiz, and unlike these kids, Toby is actually a genius because bro finishes the test in 5 seconds flat. Like bro, are you sure he's in the right grade? Not even I can answer those questions right there. And after Toby is done, he then walks up to the teacher and he's like, "Come on man, that's too easy." So after Toby finishes up with school, he then ends up sneaking into his father's laboratory because apparently he wants to gain knowledge on robots. But bro should have just came up with a plan beforehand, because he gets caught immediately and his dad tells him to sit this one out. And that was a W decision from Pops, because there's no knowing what kind of damage a little YN could cause in a science lab. Like if I was the dad, I would have called Toby and Uber back home on the spot, bro. So then Mr. Clean showcases his new discovery called Blue Core Energy, and he tells us that it could transform Metro City and change people's lives. But right as he was explaining, it all gets interrupted by the Three Stooges who make their entrance. Yo, this man is a brilliant scientist. I'm trying to get like him. Hey bro, stop all that glazing. He don't know what he's talking about. It's me, Mario. That also introduces us to a byproduct called Red Core Energy, and that obviously makes dude in the middle excited because bro pulls out this nefarious smirk.
Yo, bro, who got you smiling like that?
And I knew something was iffy with this experiment as soon as it got bombarded by a bunch of robots who tried merging the two cores together. Like bro, who programmed these machines? FouseyTube? So then we cut over to Toby, who gets thrown right into the Diddy Asylum, but luckily he manages to snag the keycard from the robot. And as soon as the door closed on Toby, he knew it was his time to shine. Like you could tell bro was geek knowing that he could actually escape now, unlike EDP. And seeing how dangerous Toby is, I would have pulled out the Tai Lung method on him. But then all these scientists start experimenting with the two cores to see if they're actually legit and can be used. But right as the robot was about to grab the blue core, General Stone tells him to stop because he thinks that the red core will create better fighters since he's running for president and he needs some YN robots. And bro, if I was Dr. Tenma, that alone would be enough to kick this man out of the facility. This is my property. How are you gonna go against my rules? Hey shorty, I need you to put in the red core for me. No! I bet I'll do it myself then. Get out of my way. And without any type of interference, my dog Stone starts controlling this rod wave sized robot, and he puts the red core inside of its chest. And bro, look at its eyes. Does that look like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? I don't think so. Y'all should have just learned from Baymax. This is a clear red flag, bro. So then they proceed to send out the drones and they start firing at rod wave. But bro starts moving like John Wick because he starts Swiss cheesing every single drone in his line of sight. But meanwhile, we see Toby enjoying the action from a distance, and he decides to get a better angle like Flight reacts, maneuvering behind these robots that are triple the size of him. Like, someone please get this child to safety immediately. Do you want to die today, bro? But this is where all havoc breaks loose, because some of the drones get attached onto Rod Wave, and it's all fun and games until he shoots right at them. And at this point, bro sees nothing but red because he starts sprinting towards them, but Tenma immediately activates the emergency door, preventing Rod Wave from entering. Whoa, bro, that was a very close call. We shockingly then see Toby stuck behind the glass begging to be saved, and this man Tenma can't even open the door while Toby is fighting for his life with the robot right next to him. And as if this situation couldn't get any worse, it does, because this robot proceeds to self-destruct and literally disintegrates Toby out of existence like Tom Holland. Tenma then sadly walks over and picks up his own son's hat and starts caressing it with care. And man, if you've seen this film, you know that this death right here hits different. So after Toby's tragic death, Tenma then starts cooking up in that lab, coming up with crafty ways to replicate his son's DNA and to make him be reborn as a robot. And after a few nights of hard work, he finally creates a perfect version of Toby which has all of his previous memories from before and ends up inserting the blue core inside of him. And whoo, this is a cold frame right here, bro. This is actually wallpaper worthy. They really got bro looking like Goku inside of the hyperbolic time chamber. The animators were straight cooking, I'm telling you. Toby then suddenly wakes back up from the smooth criminal concert and Tenma welcomes back his son and decides to take Toby home and spend time with him. So Toby then starts getting used to a normal human life, you know, having some breakfast with his dad, doing hard math equations with him, and even flying around paper planes and having fun with his robot friend. But then suddenly his dad walks in his room to check up on Toby to see what's going on. And bro was pissed because he was supposed to be reading these books, not destroying them. And man, you could just tell by Tenma's expressions that something seemed off after his son's death, because he tells the professor that even though he was brilliant like Toby, he just wasn't the same. And honestly, I don't know what he was expecting, because this is a literal robot. You can't just expect him to act like an actual human.
But every time I look at him, it just reminds me that Toby is gone.
Why are you crying?
And even Toby was confused as to why his dad was so angry at him, but then this is exactly where Toby felt a disturbance in the force, because this kid started understanding what these robots were saying to him. Like, nah, if I was Toby, that would creep me out fully, bro. Why am I hearing you through the window and you sound like this? But here's where things get even crazier, cause Toby starts falling to his demise like Black Widow, and to everybody's surprise, he actually manages to survive unlike Black Widow, using these blasters underneath his feet. And Lil Bro was genuinely confused, cause he even checked if he was dreaming for a second, and shoot, I would too, cause why am I flying in the sky like I'm Iron Man or something? And then we get this cool little scene where Toby starts flying around the city, getting used to having superpowers, and bro really starts moving like Superman, flying around the clouds. And bro, it's really hard to believe that this movie was made over 15 years ago. Like, if you told me right now that this movie was filmed in 2025, I would believe you, bro. And we're not even at the good part yet, so make sure to subscribe because we're on the road to 100k. So Toby ends up pulling back up to his crib and he could just see the pure frustration in his dad's voice, and Toby was like, "What's wrong with me? Why don't you love me anymore?" Just for bro to get ignored by his own dad. That's the... And then Tenma really starts moving like Ozai from Avatar, telling Toby that,
Not my son, a robot. Don't want you.
Damn!
and after exchanging a few words, Toby comes to the realization that Tenma is indeed not the father, and before leaving he tells Tenma,
"You're not my dad!"
and my dog Toby caught absolutely no breaks in this movie, cause he gets interrupted by a few ships, and it's none other than General Stone, who's looking for the blue core which is inside of Toby. And they're instantly like, hold on, what the hell is Tenma's boy doing over here? And they pull out the big guns on Toby right away, but he said he's out of there cause he's not trying to die twice. They're really gonna have to summon Shenron if things really go downhill. So then they start furiously chasing Toby around the city, but my boy was moving way too fast for them, like he's Lightning McQueen. And then Toby starts bending some literal metal with ease. Like, bro, is a 12-year-old flying around and twisting heavy weights not crazy to y'all? Like, someone power skill this kid. But then out of the blue, Toby gets completely bodied by a ship and then proceeds to get tangled by a bunch of green strings. But that was not stopping Toby, cause he literally outpowers all of these ships and manages to break out using maximum power. And I'm not gonna lie, that was mad clean. Toby was really out here clip farming, and the commander definitely had enough, cause he's like, hey, I want y'all to destroy this kid right now.
Is this serious?
So Toby frantically turns around to a queso-sized ship staring him down. And bro, I want y'all to see the size difference. You can barely see him in this frame. Cause dog, ain't no way y'all need a Star Wars type ship to take a little kid down. Like, nah, who let them roam around in this big ass ship in the first place? Commander Stone then booms the absolute life out of Toby, sending him tumbling onto a platform. And after getting hit, he then tries flying away, only to get blasted for a second time, putting Toby on 1 HP. Like, nah bro, this gotta be classified as child abuse. They got bro sizzling like a 5-star barbecue. I know Rod Wave got mad hungry when he heard that. And if that wasn't enough to keep Toby down, this absolute menace tells them to finish the job as a batch of missiles gets sent his way. And bro, you could just see Toby's life flash before his very own eyes, cause he gets cooked so hard to the point where he flies off of the entire island and goes pummeling down, to which inevitably ending up in a junkyard filled with a ton of robots. So Toby ends up waking back up from the Iron Man meet and greet and gets welcomed to a bunch of little kids who start talking about,
Wait a minute. Who are you?
and Toby starts capping his hat off, telling them that he's a little kid like them and not a robot who came from Metro City. And they start looking at Toby sideways like Captain America in the elevator. And bro, my first question is, why are a bunch of 10-year-olds roaming around a junkyard in the middle of nowhere? What the hell is a polar bear doing down in Arlington, Texas? Like, where is your dad? Where is your mom? Where is your family? So Toby and the gang end up strolling around for a bit, and he tells them that his name isn't really Toby and it's Astro Boy. But hey, I'm just gonna call him Astro from now on for those that care. And long story short, we get a bit of filler where Astro and his friends start spending some time together, you know, just getting used to living outside of Metro City. And my dog, my slime, Astro, even manages to bring this gigantic robot back to life using his blue core that he was born with. So fast forward a bit, and Astro and his homies decide to enter this fighting tournament by bringing their best robots to enter the ring and compete against each other. And if any of y'all have seen the movie Real Steel, you know that this bot fighting gets serious, cause they really had bro getting a pep talk like it was a world championship match. But these two contestants knew they were cooked as soon as they laid their eyes on DJ Khaled. I mean, look at him, who wouldn't be scared?
Nice knowing you, kid.
And right as these kids were about to enter the fighting stage, literally out of nowhere, Unk decides to pull out the taser and electrocutes the crap out of Astro. And bro, his homies were visibly disgusted right now, cause ain't no way you're treating him like this, like he didn't already get kicked out of Metro City like yesterday. And then Unk starts talking about, are you blind? He's a robot. Like dog, I don't care if Astro is an ant, y'all are not laying hands on him. But then the kids suddenly realize that he's not actually a human like them, and Unk starts exposing the truth, telling the group that he's programmed to behave like them and that he does not belong here.
That's gotta be racist. There's no way.
But real quick, hit that subscribe button right now or else Rod Wave is gonna jump on you while you're watching this. So the next scene pops off with Astro making his entrance into the arena, but this time there's a twist cause this evil Unk is making them fight the robots. And they really had the entire city sold out. It was popping today, bro. Like best believe, if I was born in this movie, I would put up all my life savings on this tournament right here. So the action immediately starts off with this robot being unleashed into the fighting arena, and they wasted no time cause Astro dodges the blade, then says weave, hee hee, nope, and then takes a little step back. He then jumps right on top of the thing and tells him, hey, I'm not fighting you, little bro. And I understand because he's not getting paid a dime for this. And it just starts getting embarrassing for Astro. He starts losing all of his aura points because he gets shockwaved by the arena barrier and then proceeds to fall right back down. And Astro must have had the Sharingan activated because he says weave and then hits 3 consecutive dodges in a row. And oh nah, that face told me more than enough. It was on sight now. Astro then rushes right in like Shadow from Sonic 3 and he starts lifting the robot with 2 hands and takes him all the way to the tipsy top. But to no avail, he takes off his entire head in an instant and he had Unk mad shook cause bro didn't know Astro Boy could stand on business like that. I respect it.
You know, I packed that thing too, so you come around this way, you will get caught.
So Astro's next opponent is this Kai Cenat-sized object who unexpectedly transforms into 2 menacing different robots who immediately start blasting away at Astro. And they were really out there moving like stormtroopers, missing every shot that they took. But then Astro starts playing around with his food cause he circles around this one a couple of times and makes bro smash right into his teammate. But wait, he's not finished cause Astro picks this robot right up and starts spraying at the other one like he's the Terminator, slicing bro in half and then tossing the other one to the side, putting an end to his demise. And Unk obviously starts getting pissed because why is a 12-year-old wiping out these robots like his name is Thanos or something? And my dog Astro was so overpowered that they had to unleash a group of robots just to jump this little kid. Like I promise you, it's not that deep. Like they're really out here trying to pack bro up before he even hits puberty. Is that not wild, bro? And Astro starts cooking up like he's Steph Curry because bro knocks off his head and gives the other robot some brain damage, grabs this dude's arm, takes it off, and then smacks the goofy out of everyone. Bro then makes these 2 heads collide, spins them around, and then knocks all of the robots out like it's Wii Sports Resort. But my boy Astro was trying to seal the deal, cause wait, there's more. Astro then proceeds to hit a vicious 5-piece combo. These hands are really rated R for robots because my boy Astro was really moving like Prime Mike Tyson, not the one against Jake Paul though, we don't talk about that. Bro then starts spinning around like a Beyblade to the point where he breaks every robot apart, turning everyone into straight scrap metal. And this absolute spectacular performance makes the crowd go completely wild as they start cheering for Astro Boy. But sadly, his friends still don't like him, all because he's a robot. Like poor Astro Boy, no mother, no father, no uncle, all alone. So for the final fight, they send in DJ Khaled to face off against Astro, but my dog immediately backs down and surrenders from the fight completely. And right as Zog was about to attack Astro, to everybody's shock, he gives him a pat on the head because they're homies after all, cause ain't no way he was gonna fight at day one, that's a real one. Especially after Astro was the one that brought him back from the dead. But Ankh, being the D1 hater he is, decides to tase my boy Astro once again, and he doesn't stop as he does it over and over again, showing no remorse at all. But Zog immediately peeped that buffoonery and he said he had enough cause he goes in to step on Ankh, but luckily my man Astro comes in clutch and saves him before he got turned into Flat Stanley. Like, nah, how was your back not broken from this? This kid gotta be made out of vibranium or something. You are in the wrong verse, buddy. The arena then suddenly gets disrupted by General Stone, who takes Astro right into his ship and has to say goodbye to all of his friends. And they really had bro in handcuffs like he's Luigi Mangione. Bro, ain't no way he's that dangerous. Tell me why they got like 10 guards on standby like he's a national threat. So Astro Boy then arrives at his dad's laboratory where he was first created, and bro starts getting ready to get deactivated so that they can get a hold of the blue core that General Stone is fiending for since the beginning of the film. And then Tenma finally takes out the energy ball and says goodbye to Astro Boy once and for all.
I'm sorry I couldn't have been a better Toby for you.
Like, I don't care what anyone says, bro. This movie is literally picture perfect. They really do not make masterpieces like this anymore. So Tenma then hands the cube over to General Stone, and this man starts talking mad crazy to him, telling Tenma that his son needs to fix his Vegeta hairline. But bro was not gonna let that type of disrespect slide, cause he stopped Stone in his tracks, saying that if he wants the cube, he's gonna have to kill him. Like, yes sir, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Where was the energy at the beginning of the movie, bro? Tenma then proceeds to steal the cube right from Stone and then hits the pump fake of the century, faking the handover, cause when Mario opens his hands up, there's literally nothing inside of them, which allows for Tenma to put a barrier down and locks the door. Like, we got him. We freaking got him. So Tenma then reboots my boy Astro Boy back to life just like that. And this right here is probably my favorite moment in the entire film, bro.
You may not be Toby, but you're still my son.
Dad!
Oh my god! Wow!
We then get the iconic hugging scene before Astro then takes off into the sky and breaks right out of the laboratory. And I just know for a fact that Astro told Jarvis to put on that poo shiesty because it was finally time to get it back in blood. So General Stone decides to become a complete crash out because bro puts the red core into the robot as if that was a good idea and he didn't learn from his mistakes. But anywho, this man literally turns into the actual robot and his objective now is to hunt down Astro Boy and take the blue core out of him with his own force. So after General Stone causes mass destruction on Metro City and even scares some citizens away, my dog Astro Boy finally decides it's time to save the city. Because he pulls back up to the island and the whole place is looking like Gotham City right now. Like they really got this island identical to West City when the androids came to Earth and destroyed their whole population. Astro then turns his back to this robot that's 10 times the size of Rod Wave. And you know General Stone was not playing around because look at the Call of Duty attachment that he was using. Bro really has every class maxed out on Warzone. And dog, how do you expect to run for president when you're committing such atrocities like this? Nobody is voting for you. So Astro Boy then starts running for his life because this man Stone starts blowing up the whole city. And I know y'all are thinking the exact same thing as me. Like, how is bro gonna defeat this gigantic robot? He's fighting the final Elden Ring boss. How are you supposed to win? But Astro then pulls out these clean blasters that he didn't even know he had and then proceeds to fire it right at Stone, hitting him in the face. But meanwhile, we see the fight happening from the junkyard and these boys are going crazy out there like it's a DBZ fight.
Yeah! They squabbling out there now!
But Astro's friends were not gonna keep sitting on the sidelines for longer, so they steal Unks' car and make their way over to Metro City. Astro Boy then starts blicking away at General Stone, and this idiot then proceeds to run right into a ground pound, causing this Looney Tunes imprint. But Astro then flies right back up from the ground and then grabs him by the shoulder somehow and then smashes this dude straight into a building. Like, nah, that was actually crazy, bro. This man gotta be at least 1,000 pounds minimum. That should be near impossible. General Stone then starts transforming into an even bigger version than he already is, like he's Vegeta from DBZ. Like, someone please call in the Incredible Hulk right now. No, I'm not talking about you. But then Astro weaves a punch from Stone, causing for this building to fall right on him, and then these people start cheering for Astro. Like, bro, what are you doing? Run away or something. Ain't no way y'all think he died from that. Stone then snatches up Astro Boy like some good eats, and right as bro was about to devour him, this man's butt literally turns into a weapon. Like, what the heck, bro? I did not know Tenma was a freak, because what was bro cooking in that lab? So while Astro Boy is distracted with himself, this man Stone uses a huge building and smacks the life out of Astro like he's Babe Ruth, setting him out of the park like it's a home run. And bro, I'm actually astonished at the fact that Astro Boy is still alive after tanking all of these hits. Like, there wasn't even a single scratch on his body, just a little bit of dirt, that's all. But right as Astro was about to get crushed like a pile of garbage, he luckily gets saved by the gang, who swoops bro up inside of the flying vehicle. And they really had a robotic dog driving the car, and just like Kai Cenat, he couldn't reach the gas pedal. Like, bro, who let this man inside of the driving seat? Get him out of here.
Right there. What the dog doing?
So right as Astro and the homies were dipping the scene, the power on Metro City decides to turn off completely, causing for the island to start falling to its demise, which had the whole place slipping in different directions. But hey, I'm not even surprised, cause Rod Wave must have entered on the island. But Astro Boy, being a real one, turns into Tony Stark because he starts lifting up Metro City like how Iron Man was in Age of Ultron with Sokovia. And slowly but surely, Astro manages to bring the entire island to safety without destroying it. So Astro then pops out of the floor and grabs this object, giving General Stone some CTE, but bro ate that attack up with no problem and said,
Light work, no reaction.
Astro Boy then knuckles up and starts beating the brakes off of General Stone, hitting him with all types of Mortal Kombat combos. But then right as bro was about to escape, he then gets captured into General Stone's chest, and this was only the beginning of a disaster because a huge explosion is caused, sending Astro into a nearby building. Like, nah, this man Stone gotta have the same brain cells as Patrick Star. What are you trying to achieve right now? Astro then tells his dad to go let him handle this, and then he goes to blast off in the distance, but instead of fighting General Stone, he then decides to take one for the team and flies right into Stone's chest. And Astro Boy sees all of his memories flash before his eyes, which causes for General Stone to explode into small pieces, making a huge blast exactly like Kung Fu Panda. And the movie concludes with this amazing ending where Astro Boy ends up getting his spark back after killing General Stone, and he comes back to his senses, and we get a happy reunion with everyone meeting up and hugging each other. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, that ending almost really brought a tear to my eye. It's a 10 out of 10, but that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe so we can hit 100K, and I'll see y'all later. I'm out. Peace.